What's up? What's up? It's your man, Jimmy Chan. So here we're looking for standard deviation, and we got a bunch of steps that we got to do here. So we got to find the mean, and then we got to take each data item and subtract the mean, and then square the difference, and then sum the whole thing, and then divide by n-1, and yada, yada, yada. All right? So what my suggestion is that you keep these steps in front of you, right? Do them. Do enough problems where these steps don't even need to be there anymore, okay? So first things first. So I'm given a data set that is in a stem and leaf form, okay? So let me go ahead and list out the data. So here I have 37, a 43, a 47, a 53, and a 57. So to find the mean, I need to add those up, right? The 37 plus the 43 plus 47 plus 53 plus 57, all right? How many data items are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would write down that this is n equals 5 because there's 5 items here. Okay, so I would take this mean and divide it by 5. All right, so what is the sum of these 5 numbers? So I got 37 plus 43 plus 47 plus 53 plus 57, and that's going to give me a 237. So my mean is equal to, or I should say comma, x bar. Heck, why am I doing that? Why don't I just do 237 divided by 5 is going to equal to 47.4. Okay, so that's my mean. So here is what my suggestion is going to be to you. From here on step 2 and on, well, for step 2 and 3, I would tell you to make a table. Okay, so here we go. So let's make a table. I'm going to call the first column X, which pertains to my 37, my 43, my 47, all my data items here, 53 and 57, okay? My second column is going to be X bar, which is my 47.4. All right. Now, this is telling me that step 2 is that I subtract those 2 items. So here I have X minus X bar. Okay, so let's go ahead and subtract those. So I have 37 minus 47.4, and I get a negative 10.4. 43 minus 47.4, and I get negative 4.4. Then 47 minus 47.4, I get negative 0.4. 53 minus 47.4, and I get a 5.6. and then 57 minus 47.4, and I get a 9.6. Okay? What's the next step? Next step is to square the difference. Okay? So now I want to take this column here, right? And I'm going to go ahead and square them. Okay? So let's go ahead and take 10.4, square it. I get 108.16. Take the 4.4, or negative 4.4, and square it. I get 19.36. Then taking the negative 0.4 and squaring it, I get 0.16. The 5.6 and squaring it, and I get 31.36. And then the 9.6 and squaring it, and I get a 92.16. Excellent. So all I did was square each one of these to get this right here. All right. So what's my next thing? So after I square that, I'm going to sum the squared deviations. Okay. So now I gotta go ahead and sum them. So that means I'm going to put a line underneath here. I'm going to add all of these together. Okay? So here we go. I have 108.16 plus 19.36 plus 0.16 plus 31.36 plus 92.16. And I get a 251.2. Okay? So this is the sum, right? Because I'm adding all of these together and I got 251.2. Okay. So what's the next thing? I got to take that sum and divide it by n minus 1. Okay? So now I'm going to take this (251.2) and divide it by n minus 1. What was our n? Our n is how many items there are, right? So n was equal to 5. It's going to be n minus 1. So it's going to be 5 minus 1. So this is going to be 251.2 divided by 4, which is equal to 62.8. And then last but not least, I'm going to have to take the square root of that. Okay? So now I'm going to have to take the square root Actually, I don't need it that big, do I? Of the 62.8. And when I take the square root of that, I'm going to get approximately, how do I want to do this? .9. And that, ladies and gentlemen, would be my so-called standard deviation. So for my answer, Okay, so before I do anything, let's show you what I just did, right? So step 1, finding the mean. That's what I did there, right? Step 2, I made a table. And step 2 was to subtract the items. So here's step 2. Actually, you know what I should do? I should just take all of this, bring it down a little bit. Bring it down more. There we go. So step 2 was here. Then this was step 3. Step 4 was here. Remember, this was the sum. Right, of step 3. Right, was there. And then step 5 was what? Step 5 was to divide by n minus 1. So this was taking step 4. And dividing by n minus 1, right? And then step 6 was taking the square root of step 5. Okay, so actually let me do this so it doesn't seem like, so that you don't confuse those with steps, right? Or should I do this? Maybe that's what I should do. Circle this and leave it in blue, and circle this and make this in purple, and circle this and make that in red, and then I can just get rid of the parentheses. There we go. All right, so there's my standard deviation. So in this case, here's my mean. So x bar, or I should say mean, x bar equals to 47.4, and my standard deviation is equal to 7.9. And yes, typically we would label standard deviation just plain old S, okay? And then if their sample size was much bigger, then we would call it something different. But there are your your 6 steps. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. See ya. Bye.